Did you know that the average person spends roughly 90,000 hours at work over their lifetime? That's a huge chunk of one's life spent earning money. Today, we're diving deep into the essential financial wisdom that often gets overlooked in traditional schooling. Stick around to uncover the secrets to financial freedom that can change the way you think about work, money, and life. What is money? If you ask a kid what money is, they'll likely flash a handful of coins or a dollar bill at you. An adult might go a bit deeper, explaining that money used to be backed by gold, but now it's just printed by central banks and accepted as currency everywhere. Yet, neither of these explanations really hits the mark. Some might even say money is just a symbol for transactions. But if you pause and consider it, money is fundamentally just a symbol for value. It represents how much something is worth, distilled into coins, bills, or digits on a screen. Think that you're trading livestock for rice 1,000 years ago. The deal would depend on how much you value the rice compared to your cattle. That's basically what money does today. It represents the value of things. Now, the value of anything is influenced by supply and demand. Take the UK poultry situation a few months back as an example. Supermarkets were short on eggs, and because they were so scarce, everyone wanted them even more. This spike in demand made people see eggs as more valuable, naturally driving up their prices. Since we're talking about this on the internet, it's worth mentioning that there are loads of slick con artists out there. They're pretty good at marketing and can easily make you think something is worth way more than it actually is. Take those get-rich-quick schemes, for example. They're all sizzle and no stake. That's not value, that's pure deception. And guess what? Most schools don't cover this stuff, so it's crucial to bring it up again. The next thing that schools don't teach us is the self-awareness. Our education system really drops the ball when it comes to teaching us awareness. Don't get me wrong, sharpening our intellectual skills is crucial, and that's the main gig of schools. But here's the thing, if you're not aware of your surroundings, you won't fully enjoy life, recognize your talents, or even know where your money's going. This kind of stuff hardly makes the curriculum, and honestly, being aware of what you're consuming is a game changer for managing your finances. Take this example. If you find yourself splurging on an expensive perfume or handbag just because all your friends have it, you're not really buying it for joy. That's a wake-up call to your consumption habits. You're not just spending to keep up with others. It's about figuring out what really matters to you when you open your wallet. This goes to show that even if money isn't everything, it still holds value. Don't feel guilty about dropping some serious cash on something you really want, as long as you truly value it and, importantly, can afford it. That's key. Being aware of what makes you happy, both in the short term and the long run, and understanding your own spending habits and budget, that's crucial. Reflecting on what matters most to you in life really helps you figure out your spending habits. It's all about balancing your desires with your budget to solve your personal consumption puzzle. Asset versus liability. One of the biggest financial lessons that really should be part of every school curriculum is understanding assets and liabilities. Simply put, a liability takes money out of your pocket, while an asset puts money in. If you're aiming for financial freedom, you need to stack up more assets than liabilities. Getting a grip on this basic concept can completely change your financial game, whether you're dealing with real estate, stocks, or even a side hustle. If you're finding this video helpful, hit that like button and consider subscribing to our channel for more insightful content like this. Production versus consumption. Economists believe that your income should match what you produce. So basically, your income depends on your output. Everything you earn, you spend on stuff. If you manage to spend less than what you make, that's when you save money. Those savings can then be used to boost your income further, like saving for a rainy day, investing, you name it. The big takeaway here is that the difference between how much you produce and how much you consume dictates your wealth. If you're making a lot but spending even more, you're not going to see that balance grow. A lot of personal finance gurus focus on cutting back spending because it's often easier to spend less than it is to earn more. However, many business pros argue that by increasing your output, you'll earn more and accumulate wealth. It's not just about earning more or spending less, it's about doing both. To really boost your savings for emergencies or grow your investments for the future, You need to up your income while keeping your spending in check. The more you make and the less you spend, the bigger your savings pot becomes. But here's the kicker. Even $1 million or $200,000 won't last if you're not mindful about how you spend it. That's why you hear about so many celebrities going broke. They make loads, but often make terrible financial choices. So earning more isn't enough on its own, and just cutting costs won't cut it either. It's all about finding that sweet spot, that perfect balance. Generational wealth. There's a ton of info online about how to save on taxes, including tips on which state or country to move to for the best tax breaks. Curious about what kind of property to buy to save some cash on taxes? Let's dive into that secret sauce. And here's another pro tip: invest in the next generation. With the world's political and economic scenes always shifting, the best bet is to invest in your own well-being and in educating your kids. That way, you're raising self-sufficient adults who can build their own wealth on their terms, not just rely on a family inheritance. Entrepreneurial mindset. Schools are great at preparing kids for regular jobs, but they really should amp up the push for entrepreneurial thinking. Being an entrepreneur means taking smart risks, learning from failures, and spotting opportunities where others see dead ends. Adopting this mindset can be your ticket out of the 9-to-5 routine, opening up diverse income streams. Honestly, the quickest way to dodge the daily grind? Quit your job and start your own gig. Making money work for you. Schools rarely teach you how to make money in your sleep. The whole idea of using money to make more money, not in the typical curriculum. Think about passive income. It's like earning royalties, collecting rent, or cashing in on dividends. That's how you put your money to work for you. Next up, we'll dive into the magic of compounding gains. That's when things really start rolling. Instead, what do schools focus on? Trading your time for money by working for someone else. That's the usual lesson plan. Risk management. Life's always got some risks, especially when it comes to money. A lot of people end up learning about financial risks the hard way, since schools don't usually cover how to manage or assess them. Knowing how to handle risks can be the make or break factor between keeping your finances steady and watching them crumble. Whether you're spreading your investments to play it safe or stashing cash for a rainy day, good risk management is key. Credit management. In a world where you often need to borrow money for big stuff like buying a house or a car, getting the lowdown on credit is crucial. Yet a lot of guys grow up not really knowing how debt can impact their finances or how credit scores work. Mastering credit management can score you better loan terms and lower interest rates, saving you some serious cash. When used smartly to buy assets that either increase in value or generate cash flow, credit can seriously boost both business growth and personal quality of life. It's pretty much a game changer for most newbie entrepreneurs kicking off their first business. But watch out. If you misuse it on stuff that loses value, it can really backfire. We've covered a lot today, from financial literacy to the importance of a growth mindset. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one financial lesson you've learned outside of school that has significantly impacted your life? Share your experiences in the comments to help inspire others. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on our future videos.